Good morning and vanakkam. Vanakkam sonna thiruppi vanakkam sollaam. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I was just telling your district president that Rotary is something which I have grown up as a child watching, and it's definitely a pleasure to be here. So thank you, sir, for inviting me. And hopefully, what I'm going to talk about today is very briefly how India can possibly be an electronics manufacturing hub. Probably 10, 15 minutes of speech, and if you have any questions, we can take that later on. So this industry is globally a $3 trillion industry, and what is happening? This industry is going through a heavy convergence, and so today in my speech, I wanted to address how this particular industry can create jobs, can be a key contributor to India as a $5 trillion economy, and Tamil Nadu as a $1 trillion economy. I will share some ideas where maybe membership of Rotary can also be a part of this fairly expansive supply chain. But very quickly, I just wanted to ask a few questions. How many of you have still those feature phones? Anybody? How many of you have smartphones in your hands? Okay, thank you. A lot of those are made in Chennai. Me and my team, my previous employer was Nokia. We have made over 1.2 billion phones right here in Chennai. And even as we speak, factories here and in all over India are probably making about 10 phones a second. And so today, 98% of all the phones sold in India are made in India. And we have also started some exports. Okay? Some of you may be starting to have these, it's a good way to avoid conversations, right? We put this Bluetooth headset in your ear, right? When I think one of the younger ladies is laughing. When your parents come, you quickly put the headset, right? There are about 80 million of these sold in India today. 80 million, right? And this market is going to be very big. Hearables, wearables, other IoT devices are going to be in the billions. When you look at industrial sensors and whatnot, most likely it'll be like 20 billion devices by 2025. All of those things have to be made in India. Now I can tell you that companies are starting to make them as well. These are relatively simpler, but these have miniaturization. Okay? The third area is automotive industry. Right? Automotive, the electronics content is increasing. Right? I'm a mechanical engineer. My classmate Varadarajan, who was instrumental in putting me up here, did something smarter. He studied electrical and electronics. The car's mechanical content is still there, but it's not all mechanical anymore, right? We got a battery management system, a motor control unit. You got electrical motors driving things, right? So clearly, a lot of these things are also made here. Okay? Now, when you look at the subsystems of all of these electronics, right? There are electromechanical items, speakers, microphones, mechanicals. All of these things are high precision items. So when you look at an electronic device, people say that it's only electronic. It's not. You have a lot of mechanicals. You have as well a lot of sort of electromechanical items, right? India today is starting to manufacture them, but globally, India has only about 4% of them made in India. Okay, so long and big opportunity ahead for us. Batteries, right? Lead acid batteries, of course, India has a long legacy of manufacturing them. Lithium ion batteries is now becoming very, very interesting, right? A lot of the lithium ion batteries are assembled in India today with the cells, coming from other countries. So, but we will see what happens. The government has a fantastic policy for new chemistry cells, and I was reading a report that there was a lithium find in Jammu and Kashmir. So maybe there will be some level of verticalization in that space. The other subsystems are displays, PCBs, which go inside, and of course, everybody is talking about semiconductor, right? Now, we talked about end products, subsystems, which go into electronic items, but there are also a lot of other items like design, tooling. Now, this industry size, somebody was asking me before I came in, what is the growth opportunity in this sector? This sector, according to Government of India estimates, today is 75 billion. It's targeted to be by FY26 to be 300 billion. And I really think that 300 billion is very small milestone. I think it's going to be maybe larger, as this industry goes forward. Okay? Now, there are a few things which are interesting. A lot of you, can I ask a question? How many of you are in the automotive space? Automotive, components, thank you, right? And you're seeing already this convergence happening, right? So this space is going to bring a lot of convergence opportunities. People who are already in the automotive space, you can look at new technologies where you start to when your vehicles start to electrify, two-wheelers, commercial vehicles, passenger vehicles, and the likes. There is also a lot of global supply chain decoupling, which is happening today, which may be a positive impact on India if we do things right. Some of the industry characteristics. This is a very high volume industry. This is very high clock speed industry. The technology changes very quick, right? People talk about Moore's law in semiconductor, and that has implications, on end products. And so clearly, second point is it is multi-tier. When you look at right from raw materials to this, you have sometimes traceability down to tier 5 in your manufacturing. This is also from an industry standpoint, you have industries which are very, very large. I call them double XL industries, large industries, and MSMEs and SMEs. All of these ecosystems do exist, and so in a way, there is a lot of opportunity. I can also say that this industry employs or has the propensity to employ a lot of women. Our operations today, right in the neighborhood, we have 100% women in our operations. Thank you. And so the opportunity to employ women and have a very inclusive growth story is also very possible in this industry. These are the characteristics. India has strengths. A lot of people complain about skill in India. I've been manufacturing in India now for the last 17, 18 years. This has not been a problem. We have had other problems, but not this problem. I think our people are talented, skilled, and the good news is there's plenty of them. So as long as you find a way to get them on board, train them, skill them, I think there is a massive opportunity, to pull that off. India is also a good starter market. Somebody asked me, how large is the Indian market in terms of global size? It's about 3 or 4% of the global electronics market. So is it large? Yes, it's still large. Is it very large? Not really, So export is going to be very, very important, for this. But it's a good starter market. So anybody who has an India plus strategy, I think this is definitely an industry to be. And this industry is also very integrated design. And the good news is in electronics design, we already have design which is in place. maybe it's outsourced design, maybe it's captive R&D centers which are doing this, but clearly there is a lot of possibilities. In terms of Government of India plans, I can tell you since Make in India started, there has been fantastic momentum in this industry. For instance, 60% of phones were imported back in 2014. Today, we are net positive. We are exporting. So we have come a long way in a relatively short time. I think the Atmanirbhar Bharat is even more profound. It calls about designing using Indian machines and of course, manufacturing in India. The PLI scheme, which is one of the very progressive schemes of Government of India, is really delivering results. You're starting to see a lot of manufacturing which is happening today in India. In Tamil Nadu context, Tamil Nadu's goal, as our respected Mr. Krishnan, who is our industry secretary, made a statement on Friday that Tamil Nadu's goal as a part of our electronics policy is 100 billion in the next few years. So 300 billion for India, 100 billion for Tamil Nadu, just 30%, no problem. And I think it's possible. I think it's definitely possible. And I'm going to say that in terms of what we can do, going forward, clearly we need, and the government is very, very aware, both in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is one of the progressive states, and at the central level, there is a lot of progressive thought in this area. One is really understanding for different approaches for different markets. Like if it's onshoring in India for export, what are the policy supports needed? This is already happening. The second area is inclusion of design. So design is now getting included in this, and that is going to really help us to really truly achieve what the Honorable Prime Minister talks about in Atmanirbhar Bharat. And I think another big effort which the government is doing, and you've seen the progress, is in improving the ease of doing business. We have come from 69 to 42, but as India progresses to be a global manufacturing hub, I think this number should come from 42 to the top 10. And then you will see the progression which is needed. Because every second counts, in this industry, right? You cannot pause, wait. And I see the digitization journey which India has undertaken with the digital governance and UPI stack. India has made phenomenal progress, and so I definitely see that translating to all of the other factors so that India can be in this top 10. And I really think that's what the Honorable Prime Minister talks about when he says the Amrit Kal journey, right? And I think that's going to be very important, very, very important for an industry like this, which is global, which is very high tech, and is very, very fast, sort of velocity industry. The last area which I want to say is that this industry is also a large-scale sector. So, but there is a play for everybody. So the idea we have is you have mega clusters. The good news is Tamil Nadu already has 2 clusters which have formed. One is near Sri Perumbudur, and other near Hosur. It's already happened, right? But maybe there is room for 2 more in Tamil Nadu. It doesn't have to be in this neighborhood, right? So I don't know where maybe the Rotary district chairman will allow the other districts in Tamil Nadu also to become mega hubs. And the beauty of these hubs is going to be you will have what I call double XL companies, large companies, MSMEs, SMEs, service providers, and the full stack there. And I think that's going to be the beauty. And the reason I'm thrilled to say this to you is because Rotary has the reach, across the board to encourage entrepreneurs, to encourage people who work in communities, to sort of promote this initiative. The other aspect on these clusters is going to be skilling, and the skilling is very close to my heart. My mother is a retired corporation school headmistress from Chennai, and one of the things she taught me was skilling. And I think the importance of skilling. I'm doing my little bit associated with the Telecom Skill Council in India and the ICT Academy here in Tamil Nadu to really promote this industry in engineering colleges, in diploma institutions, and in schools, so that we can take this forward. So as India goes on the journey of Amrit Kal, I really hope that this particular industry can contribute to the success. It's a high employer, high inclusive employer, high tech, and it definitely is a high value space as well. And look forward to support from the community in Rotary to support this industry. With this, thank you very much for this opportunity to be here. Thank you. Nandri Vanakkam.